Letter of the week is W. The mommy is a capital. The baby is a lowercase. Do they look the same? Kind of. Do they sound the same? Always. W says W. This is the sign for the letter W. These are some words that begin with the letter W. There's the capital. There's the lowercase. W is for wagon, walrus, worm, wave, watermelon, whale. Let's head over to the table and go over center instructions for the letter W. The first set of instructions we're going to go over is how to dress your W up like a walrus. Slide the paper clip off. Slide all the pieces over to the side. There's quite a few of them. And you'll see your capital letter W. Make a pointy finger. We're going to trace it 3 times, starting at the top because our letters always start at the top, top, top. It goes down, up, down, up. Pick up your finger and start back at the beginning. Down, up, down, up. One more time. Down, up, down, up. W, walrus. Do you see where it says walrus down here? There's the W, walrus. Now let's place the pieces on the letter W. There's 2 eyeballs. You can decide if you want your eyes to look down, if they want to be cross-eyed, if they want to look up, maybe over to the side. I think mine want to be cross-eyed for some reason. That looks funny. Then you've got a nose, some tusks, whiskers, and big giant teeth. Let's put the teeth down first. Make sure you're not covering up any of the letters for the word walrus here. And then the nose, and then the 2 tusks, and the whiskers. W, walrus. Now you're ready for glue. So grab your glue stick. Lid comes off. If it needs to be rolled up, you can roll it up just a little bit. You don't want it rolled up too high or else it makes a big, squishy glue mess all over the place. I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. So 1 eyeball, you do a dot as a lot on the back and then push it down. A dot is a lot and push it down. Now I'll remove these and start with the teeth. I'm just going to do a line is just fine along the top here of the teeth. Line is just fine. And then push it down. Next is the nose. The dot is a lot. Push it down. A line is just fine. A line is just fine. Make sure you press the pieces down so they stay on that W. And then on the whiskers, I'm going to do a line is just fine this way. So the short way, not this way, because that'll stick it to the table, but this way, so that we can stick the whiskers to the W. When you're done, be sure and put your lid back on your glue stick and make the sign, W, walrus. Now we'll go over the instructions for handwriting. Make sure you have 3 markers close by, and then pick just one of those markers that you're going to trace your name with. I'm going to do green today. What color did you choose? Whatever color you chose, be sure and put the lid on the top. Take your thumb and 2 fingers and a proper grip all the way down near the tip of the marker. And you start on the top left side. Did you know that doing your handwriting is good practice for reading? Because when you read, you always start at the top on the left side and read all the words all the way across the whole row before you bing to the beginning of the next row. So when you're doing your handwriting, not only are you practicing your handwriting, but you're practicing some reading skills, which will make you an even better and stronger reader. Bing to the next row. Anytime you need to take a break, you can. You can just set your marker down and stretch your fingers. Take a big breath in and a big breath out, and then continue. If you need to push pause on the video, you could always push pause and then push play when you're ready to resume. Once you're done with that third row, bing to the beginning of the fourth row. I want you to practice writing your name with the first letter capital and the rest lowercase. We're going to do it 2 times. After you write it 1 time, leave some space, and then you'll come right over here and write it 1 more time. Always remembering it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just practicing. Once you are done with your handwriting practice for your name, you'll tuck your name underneath the letter of the week. And we'll do our rainbow letters. So pick one color. Make sure you've got the proper grip. You start at the top on the left side with the capital. We're going to trace the capital and the lowercase with the same color before we switch to a new color. Down, up, down, up. Don't forget the lowercase. Down, up, down, up. Put the lid back on your marker and pick another color. I chose purple. What color did you choose? Down, up, down, up. Don't forget the lowercase. One more color. I'm going with yellow for my third color. Don't forget that lowercase. After you've traced your capital and lowercase w 3 times with 3 different colors, you're done with your handwriting. And you can turn the page over. What do you think is going to be on the other side of this letter W? Can you guess? It's a wagon. If you don't want to color your wagon, you don't have to. Maybe you'll want to color it later. If you feel like scribbling, you can scribble your wagon. That's always an option on the other side of your handwriting. So we do our best effort on these pages, but once you turn over, you've got options. If you want to color it with wonderful detail, you can. Maybe you want to color a red wagon with black wheels. Maybe it's a striped wagon or a rainbow or a polka dot wagon. Maybe you want to draw some toys inside the wagon. Maybe you're going to the beach and you want to draw some beach toys and maybe some sand down here. You can decide. You can add as many or as few details as you'd like. That's the end of our instructions for handwriting. The third set of instructions that we're going to go over for the letter W is our journal. Before you open your journal, make a pointy finger and you'll trace your name 1 time. Then you'll look for the letter of the week. Look at all these letters you've already done. Ding, 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 ding. W, wagon. Open to the first page and look for the letter of the week. Ding, 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 ding. W, walrus. Then you'll start turning the pages until you get to the letter W. Is the letter W towards the beginning or towards the end of the alphabet? It's not towards the beginning. Look at all these pages we've turned. You can keep turning until you get to the letter W, or if you want to take a little shortcut to get to the W quicker, you might want to turn to the back, since it's one of the letters towards the end of the alphabet, and then go from the back. There's Z, Y, X. Do you know what letter comes before the letter X? W. So W is right after the letter V and right before the letter X. Once you get to W, however you got there, whether you came from the front or you came from the back of your journal, you can press the pages down, make a little crease so it stays nice. Make sure your markers are near, and then you can pick a marker to trace your letter W with. Remember, in your journal, you can change colors as often as you'd like, or you can stick with the same color for all of the letters. I'm going to stick with purple today to trace all of these W's. Whatever you decide to do, just be sure to start at the top on the left side. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. We're going to trace every letter all the way across. And then we'll bing to the very beginning of the second row. After you've traced all of the letter W's, you will do your illustration in this space. That is a drawing of something that begins with the letter W. Once you've completed your illustration and added as many details as you'd like, find an adult or an older brother or sister that knows how to write and have them write the words that you tell them that describe your illustration. Or maybe at this point in the school year, you're starting to know how to write some words, and maybe you can sound out and write some of your own words up here that describe your illustration. Let's go back over to the wall and remind ourselves of some of the words that begin with the letter W. W is for wagon, walrus, worm, wave, watermelon, whale. And that's the end of Center 1 instructions for the letter W.